Hi everyone, Sense again here. I want to talk to you today about planning. Planning is really important. At no other time more so than now, really, with restrictions easing on lockdown. It's time we thought about where we need to go in the future. So I want to talk to you about planning. When you make a plan, you must make a smart plan. Very important. Now, by the way, I've turned the camera around, otherwise that would have read backwards. So I can't see myself, so I hope it's pointing in the right direction. So when you're planning, you can't just be airy-fairy and just throw something out there like, I want to be a professional football player. That's my plan. You need to be a little bit more detailed than that. So SMART, S stands for specific. Your plan or your goal must be very clear in your mind, and you need to know who's involved, what's involved, where it's going to be, etc. You need to know all of those things. So your plan must be specific. It has to be measurable. What do you need to actually do to achieve your plan? How will you know you've reached your goal? It has to be achievable. In other words, do I have what it takes to make this happen? Do I have the resources? Do I have the people? Have people done this thing before? It needs to be realistic. I want to be a millionaire by the end of this week. That'd be nice, but not that realistic, I'm afraid. So it has to be within reach. It has to be able to, for me to be able to achieve it in the time I want to. And I have to be able to commit to achieving this goal. And it has to be time bound, or it needs to have a timeline. I need to achieve this goal by this date, and I need to be quite specific with that. So that's my SMART goal. Now, I thought I'd give you an example of a SMART plan, rather, that I'm planning for the dojo. Normally we wouldn't get our students involved in the intricacies of running the dojo, in the nuts and bolts. Our students want to come along and train, and that's it, and that's fine, and that's all you need to do. But given the amazing support that we've had from so many of our students, I thought it only right and proper to let you know when we do open the doors next week, we're not coming back just on a wing and a prayer. You know, we do have a plan to make sure that we can continue to provide you with the best possible service we can. So I will go through the SMART plan about the dojo. It's been a bad time for me, this pandemic, because ever since a child even, I knew where I was going to go. I knew what I wanted to be when I left school. I knew what I needed to do to get there. And when I left the Royal Air Force, again, I knew what I wanted to achieve, and I knew how I had to get there. I've always had a good measure of control over where my life was going. But since the lockdown, it's been personally for me quite difficult, because I've had absolutely no control at all. Because I don't know what resources I would have. I don't know what was achievable. I didn't know when the lockdown was going to end. I knew nothing, so I couldn't make any plans. Excuse me. I just felt like a ship on the ocean without a sail. Didn't know where I was going. But so I feel a lot better now. With the restrictions lifting, we can start making plans. So to help you better understand this plan I have for the dojo, maybe I should tell you what a dojo really is. I have heard a number of times that some people think that we just turn up, teach a few classes and go home. And there's a lot more to it than that. The dojo is a small business, and everything that happens in a small business has to happen in the dojo to make it effective and sustainable. We need to meet with all kinds of legislation, health and safety, employment law, child protection issues, all of that kind of thing. We need to attain qualifications. We need to get involved in planning, marketing, budgeting. Staff training is a really big thing. The qualities required for a professional martial arts instructor are quite unique, and it's very hard to find people just sitting on the shelf that have these skills. You need to be a good teacher. You need to technically know your stuff. You need to be a good communicator. You need to have people skills. You need to be good with children. You need to be able to relate to them. You need to be able to contribute to some, if not all, of the tasks that go or that get involved in running a small business. So there's an awful lot that goes on with staff training, and it has to be topped up all the time. So that's a big part as well. Everything that happens in a small business happens in the dojo, and we teach as well. So my SMART plan, where is it? Specific, here we go. I want to restore the dojo to where it was before lockdown. So in terms of my specific goal, who's involved in that goal? Me, my staff, my students as well. What do I need to do to accomplish this goal? We must run the best possible classes we can, given the restrictions placed on us, to make sure our student base feel that they're getting good value and they're really enjoying and learning. So we're going to need to put our thinking caps on and change a few things because we still have restrictions in place. But that is my specific goal, to return the dojo to where it was before lockdown. Is it measurable? Yes, it is, because I know what figure I need to achieve in terms of monthly income for the dojo to pay the mortgage, pay the bills, pay the wages, to cover all the costs, put a contingency fund in place for things that might go wrong. So I have a real specific figure in mind that I need to achieve. So that's how I will measure the success of this goal. And we are quite some way from that number at the moment. Not as far as we could have been, again, thanks to our student base that have supported us. Next thing, is it achievable? Yes, I have the resources required to achieve this. I have the people I need to achieve this, and we have been there before. So yes, it is definitely achievable. Is it realistic? Yes, it is. We are all committed to achieving this goal. And having done some financial projections, and having got my team involved in this, we are all on board with the fact that this is a realistic goal. Timeline, December check, really, from the education funding company, needs to hit that specific figure I need for us to maintain sustainable operations. So that's our smart plan for the dojo, but remember, no plan survives first contact with the enemy. That's a bit of military wisdom, which came from a Prussian military commander in 1880. So, your smart plan is all well and good, but be prepared for things to go wrong. For example, in the dojo, who knows, we may go back into lockdown, and that's going to throw my timeline right out the window. So, all kinds of things could happen that could change my plan. So, be prepared to reassess and adjust your plan accordingly to achieve your goal. But never, ever lose sight of your goal. Okay, good luck with your planning and be smart. Catch you later. See you next week, in fact, in the dojo.